Favorite Bible story?
When Jesus made the water into wine.
Yes, that was a miracle, wasn't it?
Yes.
And what does the story about Jesus making the water into wine teach us?
When you run out of wine, get on your knees and pray.
Hello, beautiful people. There are many mistakes Meghan has made throughout her entire life, which is why she never succeeded as an actress. She never even could pass the foreign exams test in order to become a diplomat or pursue a career in politics. She failed that. I really do believe that Meghan Markle, less than mediocre, I wish I could say talents, but it's not. She's not talent, because a talent would mean that she has something to offer. It is in the long list of mistakes that she has made, especially in the very last few years, which have been very public. She's about to make the biggest one. Let's discuss that. And yes, because once she does this, she can't unring this bell once she has rung it. But before we get into that, I want to discuss a couple of things very briefly about this Invictus ad that she's got out. And we're going to just have fun with it. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing accounts. They automatically unsubscribe accounts that they feel are not active enough on YouTube, and therefore could be just non-existent accounts. If you don't have enough activity on YouTube, they will basically unsubscribe you from whatever it is that you have subscribed yourself to, you know. So please make sure you're still subscribed. So before we get into Meghan's latest, and I believe the biggest mistake that she's made so far, let's get into this little one that Invictus has made.
I want to start by thanking the Duchess. She made her way to Fisher House to visit with a bunch of our families, and she gets family.
You know, when this lady says that Meghan Markle gets families, she means she goes after families, because she's gone after her own family, after her husband's family, and anybody's families that she thinks are speaking the truth about her. So yeah, this lady saying that Meghan gets families, what it really means is that Meghan goes after families to destroy them. I mean,
she is the spouse of a veteran. She has 2 small children, and she knows what it means to be a family.
Huh? That she has 2 children and the wife of a veteran, and therefore she knows what family's about? Tell that to Mr. Markle, her father, her sister, disabled sister. All of her family on both sides, black and white, and her husband's family. Tell them that she knows what family is about. Just because, and this is in question because I did my video yesterday about the lies being told about the birth of these children. That she's a mother to 2 children, that is very telling. She doesn't say she gave, mother to 2 children. How do you know that? There's no proof of that. The royal family refuses to present the signatures with the doctors testifying to the birth of the child. And I did an extensive video yesterday as to Harry being the only witness, allegedly, to this birth. And his account of how that child came into the world does not ring true. It's a lie. It can't happen. It's a physical impossibility. So Meghan being a mother to 2 children and knowing about families, no. I mean, and Harry being a veteran, this man never left a bunker. The only time he saw a wounded soldier was on his way back to the palace. To the palace. And he saw, the wind blew a curtain and he saw a wounded veteran, a wounded soldier. That's the extent of his experience. And this man calls himself a veteran. And by the way, had he tried, like the other soldiers, to get into the military, he would have never made it, because Eden allegedly cheated to make sure that he was able to qualify and get the grades to get into Sandhurst. And then allegedly his aide helped him pass the test to get into Sandhurst. And he was doing drugs the entire time he was in the military, as per his own admissions. So,
international family, no one gets left behind. Because this is Invictus. We are Invictus.
Why? I can't show you the clip because I get copyrighted, okay? We are Invictus, and they hug at the very end of this clip, and they hug him in with the British flag while being in the United States. When has she been Invictus? They are exploiting veterans. And this is the only thing this woman has going for. And that meet me at the lake thing, that's going to be another flop, by the way. So, but it's been allowed to happen. This is an American woman saying, oh, we're happy to welcome the Duchess. Does she hear herself? She's talking about Meghan Markle. In the United States, they do not recognize, an American is not allowed to use a foreign title in American soil unless they have the approval of Congress. And this woman is using Meghan and saying, we're happy to welcome Meghan Markle. Why? Because she knows nobody cares about Meghan Markle. But they do like them royal titles. I mean, it is unbelievable that this is why Meghan didn't show up over there. I wonder if Harry knew. I'm sure he did, because now they're doing this and we are Invictus. She's inserting herself into that when she has not. Pretty soon it's going to come out that she was the founder of Invictus. Not Harry, not the Royal Foundation. The Royal Foundation is actually the one who created Invictus Games based on the Warrior Games in the United States. And it was Prince William, Catherine, and Prince Harry who did it. But it was the Royal Foundation, and they put Catherine, Prince William, and Harry as the faces of it. And I do not know why Prince Harry got that as a partying gift, and it has been misrepresented as though he's the founder of that. But now it's going to come out that Meghan is Invictus. We went from Harry's the founder to now Meghan, we are Invictus. And you can see her hugging the flag of the United Kingdom. People running with the flag of the United Kingdom, a country that she has maligned, defamed, trashed, called, and whose culture she has ridiculed, mocked, denigrated. And they're still on the royal website. So now let's get into what her biggest mistake is going to be. And not only that, I mean, when they talk about family, just look at these pictures that are coming right after, when Harry's saying that the royal family was the family that Meghan Markle never had, which is actually, I think, what ignited the feud and the problems between herself, between the Markle family, the Raglan family, and Meghan Markle. Okay? And the royal family, because Harry went on very publicly to say that the royal family was the family that Meghan Markle never had. But it's really interesting because Mr. Markle admitted that when Meghan married Trevor, Trevor in his speech also said that Meghan Markle was gaining the family she never had. So let's get into Meghan Markle's mistake. Meghan Markle thinks that she's still back in 2020 when she was able to lie, abuse, defame, and slander Catherine, Princess of Wales, and anybody else whom she felt comfortable slandering, defaming, and bullying. Omid Scobie's book is coming out, which is actually Meghan's book using Omid Scobie, right? And now Meghan is going to write a memoir. And we're starting to see. Now she's going to go into more detail because she knows that people don't buy her story that Catherine made her cry. So she wants to get into more. She can't let that go. So now we have little articles that Harry made Meghan cry, or that he chastised her on the balcony in front of the public view just because she wasn't following protocol. This is a 30-some-year-old woman who falsely claims to have a major in international relations. So from Northwestern University. So she doesn't know how to behave on a state official capacity, on a balcony, watching the veterans, whatever it was that thing. So Harry had to tell her, you have to face the people. You have to show respect, because clearly Meghan Markle has no boundaries, no respect. So that moment traumatized her. That's been put out there. I mean, the levels of superficiality that this woman has, it's beyond the pale. And people are pandering to that. People magazine with Kelly Rowland now saying that it was the first time she's met the Duchess of Sussex. You know, I did a video yesterday, by the way, about that, how she was caught out lying because she met her in 2014. It's just that nobody remembered Meghan Markle. No, nobody still does. If you go on the streets and you ask who Meghan Markle is, nobody will know. Some will know the Duchess of Sussex because they've plastered that thing all over the place like cheap toilet paper. So now Meghan Markle is about to release her memoirs. What memoirs? In order for her to write a memoir, she would have had to do something remarkable. I mean, giving BJs, being a catty girl, being a deal or no deal girl, doing that sex tape with that unknown photographer, working for Soho House, cheating on her husband, number one or number two, whichever way you want to look at it, cheating on her boyfriends, committing fraud with, the royal family, lying, defaming, denigrating everybody, falsely claiming to be 43% Nigerian. That is nothing to be proud of and to write about. And the thing is that now she's going to go on the attack to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, the future Queen of England. And the reason why she feels confident to do so is because so far, everything they've done has gone without any repercussions. They've lied about the royal racist in the family. They've lied about everything, and they have been allowed to lie about all of those things. So for her, this is the next step up. Finding freedom or funding freedom, whichever way you want to call it. All the lies there. She was caught committing perjury in the United Kingdom in a court of law. Consequences, oops, the Duchess misremembered. Bullying Charlotte, allegedly. I have to say allegedly for legal reasons, but in my heart I know that she did. Taking pictures inside of Buckingham Palace. Harry talking about the things that he talked about on that spare book, which 90% of them are lies, and the rest that are not lies are absolutely shows him as a misogynistic pig, mounting women, trashing Rebecca, or the author that he was trying to trash. I mean, that man is vile. Okay, that man is vile. Harry openly admitting he's done drugs in the United States, also while in the army. And now Meghan Markle parading half naked at Invictus game, talking about family. So they have been allowed to lie openly, to get away with things, writing, using the royal titles to a Congress, a U.S. Congress, without any consequences. The fact that Meghan Markle is still referred to in the United States of America as the Duchess of Sussex, they have been allowed to get away with it, and they're still featured in the royal website as a reward. So all rewards, no consequences. There are no repercussions to their actions. And people, I was watching Kinsey, by the way, I adore Kinsey, and she was talking that Harry was delusional about interviewing Obama or Donald Trump or Putin, or Putin in that thing on his podcast that he wanted to do that he was discussing with Bill Simmons. But actually he wasn't, because he did interview Obama. He was in first name basis with presidents. He did have access to those people. He has done it before. So that's the level that Harry was accustomed to, talking to presidents, prime minister, royalty. So for him to say, yeah, let's interview Donald Trump, Putin. Why? Because before, he would have been, all he had to do was tell his team at Buckingham Palace, and they would have made it happen. Do you guys remember that thing with the Queen, where Obama and Michelle Obama did the mic drop? And Harry's interview with Barack Obama? That's at the level Harry used to be. Not anymore. So now Meghan writing her memoirs. It's the natural step for this absolutely terrifying saga. And she thinks she's going to bring Catherine down. She's going to take her down. Because she's angry that she's not queen. And it's so funny that Kelly Rowland said, oh, Meghan Markle was royal before she met Harry. Oh, I didn't know. So now she's going to claim she was of royal birth. Why is Meghan Markle so obsessed with being royal before she married Harry? If she was that royal, why was she giving BJs and having sex with a bunch of people there in order to get one-liners anywhere else? If she was royal, why didn't she identify as royal before? I mean, I'd like to know what her title was. Now that Kelly Rowland has said that Meghan Markle was royal before, she married into royalty, then why wasn't she your friend? Why couldn't you remember her, Kelly Rowland? So for some reason, people now, and yes, Kelly Rowland is a D-list. I'm sorry. I can guarantee you that most of you, if I put a picture of her without anything, you would not recognize her now, because she was big back then as part of Destiny's Child, which was a girl band where Beyonce and this Kelly Rowland and another girl, whose name I don't remember, were part of. And now her claim to fame is that she was part of Destiny's Child and she's friends with Beyonce because she keeps featuring Beyonce heavily. So now Meghan Markle is going to take responsibility for penning, and I can just imagine the wording on that because she has such terrible, terrible wording things. Penning that or having, and telling people, because she thinks she's a writer. She thinks she has 2 majors, which is not true. I mean, the fact that Invictus, and the only reason why this about families being heavily put out right now is because she has to face off with her family on November 8th in Tampa, Florida, in the courts. I wonder if she's going to claim that one of her kids was sick and this is why she couldn't show up. I am of half mind that she's going to try and come up with some sort of excuse not to show up and face the music. What's going to be interesting to see if Harry's going to be there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But the memoir that she wants to do, because she's not done with Catherine yet. She is absolutely obsessed with trashing the future Queen of England, because Catherine is a better woman than she will ever even aspire to be. In order for you to, how Meghan says that she wanted to be Shira, not Princess Catherine. She was even trashing her back then when she said she didn't know anything about the royals, right? Because Shira was this powerful woman. You need thick skin to be in the royal family because they trash you so much. You have to go through a lot. You need to have strength of characters, powerful mental health, be strong, have a strong mind. Clearly, Meghan has done, because she spent the whole time, the little time she spent at the palace, mopping the floors, always on the floor crying. So the last mistake, and I think this one is going to be costly for her, it's going to be trying to trash Catherine. That's going to be the last nail in her coffin. What is she going to do? Exaggerate about the lip gloss incident? Insist that it was Catherine who made her cry. Go into deep details about that when Catherine told her, when she called Catherine, you have baby brains, which is actually quite demeaning to a woman, you know, who's having issues, that's just trying to denigrate her in a very nasty manner. But of course she belittles that. She's going to disclose who this fake racist person is, royal racist, and she's going to open herself to a lawsuit. So, what do you guys think? Please leave me your comments.